Alright, so we're going to start with the first exercise, but before we jump into the lab, I want to quickly walk you through over the old Microsoft Office format. Officially it's called Compound File Binary Format, but it's often generally referred to as the OLE file format. OLE stands for Object Link Embedded. It's a compound file system, and one of the things you really need to know about a file, it's got its own file system. You can see the compound file. It's got a die-fat array. Inside that you have a fat sector, which is file allocation table. You have the fat array that has all the sectors, and then you have the directory, just like a normal file system. Under that directory, you have the root entry, which has mini streams and going to have data, and then you have the storage, entries. Then you have the stream entries that leads to the app data. It's important for you to know that this file, as we will continue to exploit during this lab, you should understand it's a file system that has directories and have streams, and it's actually where the file, the tools we're going to be using, the OLE file, OLE dump rather, the .py, actually obtain its name, Object Link Embedded, and is used to treat this new old file system. So without much delay, let's get into the lab. I hope I see I have access to my lab environment here. So we're going to go ahead and start take a look at the files we have over here. We can start by passing through the exercise folder. That's where all our exercises listed, and you can see we have about a lot of files over here. These first files are regular Office document. The first one is Microsoft Word, the other one is Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint, and PowerPoint presentation as PPX, and of course the XML format Word document that you're looking at. All these zip files have been passworded so that your antivirus, especially if you're using Windows, doesn't detect them, because each of them has macro in it, which some antivirus signature normally interpret to be a malicious file. These has been passworded, and the password is generally infected. That is a password. You can extract it. However, the OLE file that we're going to be using in this lab is actually able to read through those files and give us the analysis of what is inside of them. So we're going to take a look at the first file we're going to look at. I'm going to run through this, and I'm going to push that V over here to give me the verbose format, and I'm going to press enter here. And if you look at it, I can actually see right away this is a signature for Office document, especially the OLE file format document, the D0CF11E0. If you don't understand why this is a file signature, I recommend, if you can go to Gary Kessler website. If you on your Google, if you enter file signature, you will see a link that will probably be very useful for you if you're really interested in doing something like that. So if you go to Google on your Google homepage, and you go to file signature, then you'll see Gary Kessler, and you would actually, if you want to find it, you can go out here and look for file signature, look for .doc, and kind of just continue to go until you find a Word document. It's a DexMate, so it's not what I want. So this is XML format. So So we're looking for the regular one, D0CF, and we will find it eventually soon. Another thing that I also do, if you feel like it's taking a long time for you to find the right word, there are other approaches in which you can also take. Now you can see here D0CF11E0, and that is what you have over right here, which tell you what you're looking at over here. It's a file signature. So I'm going to minimize that. That's just to kind of give you an example to let you know that what you're looking at essentially is an X view of this particular file format. Having done that, one other thing that we can also do is to go ahead and actually run OLE file against it to be able to parse the content of this file, not just looking for the X view of this file. So in this case, we go and type clear here. So in this case, I'll come over here and I'm going to run ole.dump.py against this file. And if I do this, you can now begin to see that what I'm seeing over here is the OLE tools parsing the content of this file, a document file, and it's showing me that it's got 5 directories, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is the index number. Here is the size of the file of the directory, and what you look over here, if you see this backslash x01, that's a non-printable character, and then the name of the stream. You have the comp obj. This one also non-printable character backslash x05 document summary information. Then you have another one over here, and then you have the one table, and of course we have the one Word document. This is very, very important. If you want to further examine the content of this stream, you can actually use OLE file, but in this case you're going to be using -S1, in which case you're saying you want to look at stream number 1, and if you do that, if you press enter here, now you are looking at this first stream, which is backslash x01 comp obj. We're looking just right inside this particular stream. This is what you will find on a standard regular Word document without any macro embedded inside of it. It is very important for you to kind of remember that. Now if you just want to see the X view of it alone, you can actually come back, but here instead of just x1, you say x-1 -x, and if you do that, see, I'm only looking at the X view of this particular stream without looking at the data aspect of this at all. Also, if you just want to look at the data part of it, instead of using X here, you can actually use -D, which is going to just print out the data aspect, and you can see what you have over here is just what is printed over here. So that's just the data part of this. So what I've just shown you now is how to look at a standard Word document that doesn't have anything malicious or any embedded macro in it. Thank you. From here we're going to go to the other next more file to analyze.